Hello, my name is Giancarlo Lange, and today I'm going to speak about computer tomography findings in microcephaly associated with Zika virus. Okay, starting with the introduction. Um, Zika virus is a mosquito-borne flavivirus that is transmitted primarily by Aedes aegypti mosquitoes, starting in May 2015. An outbreak of Zika infection have been reported in Brazil in association with an increased number of neonates with congenital microcephaly in Zika-affected regions. In these areas, the prevalence of congenital microcephaly increased by a factor of the 20 over the prevalence before the outbreak. Zika RNA has been identified in the brain of a fetus with congenital microcephaly. Continue. We're going to show a video.
Computed tomographic finding in microcephaly are associated with Zika virus. What is the macrocephaly? The macrocephaly is a rare neurological condition in which an infant head is significantly smaller than the heads of the other children of the same age and sex. Sometimes detected at birth, microcephaly is the result of the brain developed abnormally in the womb or not growing as issued after birth.
Shivan is 19 and has microcephaly. Literally, it means small head. Failure of skulls grows inside Shivan brain.
Okay, continue. We're going to speak about the methods. Here, they report findings obtained by means of head computer tomography in 23 infants. 30 was female with congenital microcephaly in which the clinical and epidemiological data are compatible with congenital Zika virus infection in the Pernambuco state of Brazil. Head CTs were obtained for clinical reasons between September and December the 25th. Okay, continue with another video.
Hello everyone, I'm Vincent Racaniello, and this is Virus Watch, the weekly video report on what's happening in the amazing world of viruses. Today we are going to explore the relationship between Zika virus infection and the birth defect known as microcephaly. This is a condition where a baby's head is significantly smaller than expected, and it's often due to injury to the brain. The recent increase in the number of cases of microcephaly in Brazil and Colombia has been linked to infection with Zika virus. Several case studies have shown the RNA genome of Zika virus in infants with microcephaly who died shortly after birth or in miscarriages. In a study conducted in Rio de Janeiro, of 88 pregnant women who had a rash in the previous 5 days, 72 of them tested positive for Zika virus by polymerase chain reaction. Fetal abnormalities were detected in 12 of the 42 Zika virus positive women, that's 29%, and in none of the Zika virus negative women. I'm convinced that Zika virus causes microcephaly in humans, but it would be valuable to have an animal model to study how the virus crosses the placenta and how it damages the fetus. As with many questions about Zika virus, answers are coming very rapidly, and 3 different groups have now developed mouse models for studying this problem. Investigators from the Chinese Academy of Sciences injected a Samoan isolate of Zika virus in utero into the brain of embryonic day 13 and a half mice. The virus replicated mainly in neural progenitor cells, and at 5 days after infection, brain size was reduced compared with uninfected littermates. Infection of neural progenitor cells disrupted their normal differentiation program, which leads to the production of mature neurons. In the infected embryos, the expression of genes that have been previously associated with microcephaly was reduced.
Okay, continue. We're going to speak about the results. Okay, samples of cerebrospinal fluid were able for serologic testing in 7 of the 23 infants and result on enzyme-like immunosorbent assay for Zika MGM antibody were positive in all 7 sample finding our serologic analysis regarding torch infection. That torch means toxoplasma, syphilis, varicella, parvovirus, and human immunodeficiency virus, HIV. Rubiola, cytomegalovirus, and herpes sample were negative in all 23 infants. This is another video.
Their small faces number in the thousands in Brazil. Their mothers worried about developmental delay because of microcephaly. The word literally means small head. It's a rare condition. There are more than 50 known causes, everything from viruses and parasites to malnutrition and maternal alcohol abuse. This tropical disease specialist is analyzing CT scans of babies with microcephaly at the request of the Brazilian government.
We were struck by the severity of cerebral atrophy, which is thinning of the brain matter that we observed in babies with microcephaly.
Also detected in the scans, extensive calcium deposits, a sign of inflammation, and a smooth brain surface instead of the usual wrinkles called gyri. The Zika virus is strongly suspected because the spike in microcephaly seems to follow outbreaks of Zika infections. And a new review of a past Zika outbreak in French Polynesia also shows a spike in cases of microcephaly. Still, Co is trying to rule out whether the abnormalities could be the virus interacting with something else in the environment.
And this has been one of the challenges in really understanding the epidemic and whether actually Zika is actually the cause of the large number of cases that are being reported in Brazil.
This is really not a very common condition at all.
This infectious disease specialist treats children with microcephaly. Typically, just 1 in 6,000 to 8,000 babies are born with the condition, but it's difficult to predict neurological development by brain and head size.
There's really quite a lot of variability. Some infants or children with very small heads might just be perfectly well in terms of their neurodevelopmental function.
Though some children born with microcephaly can lead rewarding lives, others can be severely mentally and physically.
Okay, now we are going to speak about the conclusions. Yes. So, head CT image were obtained at mean age 36 days after birth. Intercranial calcifications were seen in all the infants and mainly involved the frontal lobe, like 69% to 78% of the infants, and the peripheral lobe in 83% to 87%. Well, that was all the exposition. Thanks for watching.